2 weeks passed after Chike was taken, but the compound still felt heavy, like his absence left a shadow we couldn't shake. His mother rarely came outside anymore. When she did, her eyes were sunken and red, and she didn't greet anyone. She didn't have to, everyone could see the shame she carried like a sack of stones. But the strange thing started happening on the 3rd week. It began one night when I was returning from a late errand. The street was unusually quiet, the only sound my sandals slapping the dusty ground. As I approached the compound, I thought I heard something, a low murmur, like someone whispering. I stopped, straining to hear, but the sound stopped too. I brushed it off as my imagination and went inside. Then, it happened again. And again. Every night, the whispers grew louder. They weren't clear enough to make out words, but they came from Chike's room. The door had been locked since the police left, but sometimes, when the power was out, I'd see faint light flickering through the cracks, like someone was inside. One night, I gathered the courage to ask Mama Tond, the oldest resident in our compound, if she'd noticed anything strange. She looked at me for a long time, her lips pressed tight. "This is what happens when people bring bad spirits into their homes," she said, her voice low. "You think those scams he ran didn't have consequences? Those people he cheated, some of them cursed him. And now, he's gone, but the spirits remain." I laughed nervously, but her words stayed with me. That night, I stayed up by my window, watching Chike's door. The whispers started again, faint but steady. And then I saw it, the faintest shadow moving across the curtain. My heart hammered in my chest. Someone, or something, was inside. The next morning, I told the neighbors what I'd seen. At first, they dismissed it, saying I was just spooked. But then Musa, the security guard, spoke up. "I've heard them too," he said. "Every night when I'm on duty, I hear voices from that room. And once, I saw footprints in the dust outside his window. Barefoot, like a child's." That's when people started to panic. Some of the neighbors began praying loudly at night. Others packed their things and left the compound altogether. I didn't leave. I needed to know the truth. One evening, I decided to check the room myself. It was stupid, I know, but curiosity got the better of me. I waited until the compound was quiet, then crept to Chike's door. The lock was rusted and looked like it hadn't been touched since that night. I took a deep breath and pushed. The door creaked open, revealing a room shrouded in darkness. The air inside was cold, far colder than it should have been. My flashlight flickered, casting long shadows on the walls. And that's when I saw it. On the wall above Chike's desk were hundreds of scribbled words, overlapping each other like a chaotic web. Emails, names, amounts of money, all scrawled in what looked like charcoal. In the center of it all was a single phrase, written over and over. "I only wanted a better life." Suddenly, the whispers started again, louder this time, circling me like a wind I couldn't feel. I stumbled back, my flashlight shaking in my hands. And then, for a brief second, I saw a figure in the corner of the room, tall, gaunt, and watching me with hollow eyes.